to explore is if you took many of the enhancements used to dissuade pathology and apply them to normal people, you would probably find an enhanced population, as you suggest. Have you thought much about how groups of humans would then become sort of super beings? And I'm not trying to be too fanciful. If I had access through cloud computing, knowledge about who you were, and you had knowledge about who I am, that became subliminal. I think that's what you really mean by being unaware of our use of the tools. Would you and I not become another person? Not instead of ourselves, but in addition to ourselves. Isn't it quite possible that the population becomes a coherent thinking being of its own accord at some point?
Yeah, wow, fantastic question. Yeah, I mean, I think, so two bits of that question. First, a bit about current underuse, and second, a bit about possible additional collective intelligences or something of that nature. The bit about underuse, I think, is absolutely right. You know, I remember talking to the guy that does these things using little bits of rat hippocampus in order to drive robots. I'm bio-blocking on his name if I had my tools around. But anyway, that person, I remember talking to him and saying, so, you know, do you think that there are limits on the kind of stuff that we could feed in to our own sort of neural systems and get them to successfully use? And he wondered at first, he thought, well, maybe there are, you know, maybe we could only deal, for example, with 2 points of foveation. Maybe there's something in our architecture that is like that. But then he started thinking about people that are using lots of sort of computer game scenarios where sometimes you have displays that basically involve lots and lots and lots of points like that. Or also think about being able to use a rear view mirror in a car, actually, you know, to kind of integrate information about what's behind you and what's in front of you. You know, that sort of stuff. So it seems like, I think you're right, if you give the brain the chance, it'll probably be able to use most sources of information, maybe any source of information that is being systematically thrown at it. The thing about collective intelligence, or sort of, it's not quite collective, I know what you mean, sort of, yeah, I don't know what the right word is, sort of swarmy, sort of temporary superorganisms, something like that. Yeah, I think certainly if you open up channels of communication between, say the members of a football team or something like that, I can well imagine that. Open up some extra channels of communication directly between the brains of the members of that team. They might be able to start to pick up all kinds of little signals about what the other one's about to do, etc., so that when they're playing football, they